Everyone, today we are going to start our second chapter of 7th class, that is institutional representation of democracy. In institutional representation of democracy, to understand it, before that we should understand the meaning of democracy. What democracy is? Democracy is the form of government in which the people of the country are choosing their representative to form the government. So one definition is also given of democracy by Abraham Lincoln, who was the President of USA. He has given the definition that democracy is the form of government of the people, by the people, for the people. Why is it of the people? Because the citizens of the country are choosing their government. So this is the government of the people, by the people, because the people whom we are choosing as our representative, they are of the people. Those are our people and they are forming the government and they are governing the country. Then after that, this is for the people, because the people who are in the power, the people who are in the government, they are doing and they are thinking for the welfare of their subject. So in this kind of form of government, nobody is ruling over another person. They are just as our representative and they are ruling over the country for the betterment of their subject. After that, so the very first thing which we will study in this chapter, that is universal adult franchise. So in universal adult franchise, what is it? Universal adult franchise is a very important feature of democracy. It is very important for all the citizens of the country because it is giving us the right to vote and it is giving us the right to choose our representative in the government. And this is the system which is known as universal adult franchise. In this, the adult citizen of a country whose age, as in our country, that is very important, that the person whose age is 18 or above of it, they have the right to vote. And when they are at the age of 18, nobody can discriminate them on the basis of anything, either on the basis of their education, race, caste, religion, color, gender. Either they are girl or boy, they are belonging to any religion of the country, whatever their color is, whatever their caste is, either they are educated, poor, rich, uneducated, differently able, whether they are man or woman, nobody will be discriminated on the basis of all these things. When they are adult, they just have the right which is given by the constitution, that they have the right to vote and they can choose their government. Only there is the one condition: the people who have the criminal background, they will not be allowed to vote. And just because that the voting should be in the election should be with the proper fair means. After that, universal adult franchise is based on one principle. That principle is known as one person, one vote. Means one individual can vote for one time in the election whatever will be going on. He cannot vote twice. It will be completely as an offense. After that, we will come to the election. The first important thing of a democracy was universal adult franchise, because we are the people, we are the base by which we are choosing our government. After that, how we are choosing our government, that is the process which is known as election. So election is the process through which a democratic government is elected. Who is electing? We people are electing when we are of the age of 18. We have the right to vote. After that, with the process of election, we are choosing our government. As the election word is taken from the Latin language, the word is legere, and the meaning of this word is to choose. As already we are choosing our representative, so this word is taken from the Latin language. After that, through election, people choose their representative to form the government. So in this way, we are choosing our representative. India is a huge country, so election cannot be taken at only one level. It is divided in three levels. The first one is village level, state level and central level. So election used to be in three levels in our country. After that, we will come to know about the general elections. In India, elections are held after 5 years. That is a very common thing which everybody knows. If which present government is there, that government will be chosen again. Means the election will be held again after 5 years, and then people will vote again, and then they will choose their government after 5 years again. So this is a common process which used to be. In that we are choosing our parliament, prime minister and president. They just form the central government. Normally, with general election are there that used to be after 5 years, but there are some situations and circumstances that elections can be held again in the mid of 5 years. Suppose if the government is not able to continue for the 5 year and it drops in the middle before 5 years, then the election will be held again. When the government is not able to complete its 5 year, then in mid of that, in this way, the parliament gets dissolved and the fresh elections will be held, and those kind of election which used to be in the middle of 5 years, the term in the middle of 5-year term, that is known as midterm elections. This was the one condition before the election. One more condition is there: if any elected representative he or she dies or resigns before the completion of 5 years, then again fresh election will be held. Those elections are known as by-elections. So these are the two conditions when the elections can be held again before the completion of 5 years. After that, this is the commission, this is the agency, this is the group which is managing all this process, that is election commission. Election commission's work is, the responsibility of election commission is to manage the free and fair election in the country, and this is the commission which is of 3 members, which is headed by a chief election commissioner, and there used to be 2 election commissioner which used to be appointed by our President of India. So this is their responsibility to manage the fair and free election in our country. After that, we have the right to vote at the age of 18. We have the process of elections to choose our representative. Elections are used to be held, and election commission is also there to manage all of these things. Now we need one more thing, that is political party, because we have the right to vote. We are at the age of 18. Election commission is there. Election commission is managing all the things. But what we will choose if there will be no political party? So one of the important thing is that is political party. Political party is a organized group of people who used to have the common ideas and goals. There used to be, in a political party, there used to be so many people. They used to share their ideas, they used to have the common ideas and goals, and they used to tell to the people about the condition and the situations of the country, and they convince people to vote for them, and then we are choosing any of the political party to form the government which used to govern over the country. After that, we will come to know about some process which is here. As the first process is election commission. Election commission, what election commission does first. Here we will come to know about the complete election process. Firstly, election commission announces the date of elections, prepares the voter list, the people of the country whose age is 18. Those names will be written on that voter list. They will have the right to vote. They will go and their name will be written on that voter list. They will be ready to vote. After that, for the election process, the country is divided in some small constituencies, some in small regions, because as India is the country where lots of people are there, where 130 crore people are living, so it is not easy for election commission to manage the election process in once. So it takes some measures, and that is why the country is divided in some small region with approximately with the same number of the voter, which is known as constituencies. From each constituency, one representatives used to be there, and there used to be another candidates also by which the people used to choose. After that, this complete process, when the contest which used to be the candidate, they used to, when the candidate is chosen by the party or by without any party, so after that they used to start their campaigning. Campaigning is the process in which the candidate used to convince the people in many ways, by giving the speeches, by delivering the speeches, by going to the door-to-door campaigning. They used to show some ads, some jingles and posters. They used to tell to the people what their party's motto is and what they are thinking and what will they do in the future when they will be chosen as the ruling party. So they used to convince the people for doing the welfare of them, and they will, so that they can win and other people can vote them. After that, voter ID. Each person in the voter list has a photo identity. They used to have a voter ID card. In that there used to be photo identity. Their name used to be written in that, and just that is the one important thing, that when they are going to the polling booth for voting, they need to have this voter ID card to show there, and then they can go and then they can vote there. The candidates who used to be chosen for the election, they used to belong to any political party, or they used to be independent candidates also, who doesn't belong to any party. A candidate who want to contest, they used to fill the nomination papers to declare his or wealth, assets, whatever wealth they have, what asset they possess. So they used to declare in that, and after that, it is the work of election commission that they used to ensure that this candidate is ready to take part in the election. After that, one important thing is there, that is election symbols. That every party used to have an election symbol for their identification. So each candidate contesting the election gets a symbol against his or her name. As right now, as the ruling parties of our India, that is BJP, their symbol is a lotus. One more party is there, Indian National Congress. Their symbol of that party is a palm. Okay. After that, we are coming to the next thing. So election symbols are very important for the identification of the candidate, because whenever any person is going to the booth, a polling booth, for giving the vote, for voting their candidate, so they need to identify that person, because the name will not be written there. They need to identify that person by its symbol. So symbol is a very important thing for elections. After that, that is secret ballot. What is secret ballot? Secret ballot is the thing in which elections are held on the basis of secret ballot. Secret ballots are that thing, as by the name we can understand, which means that voting is a secret process. People are expected to vote using their own judgment. As somebody who is going to the polling booth, they don't show and they don't declare whom they are voting to. And election process is a very secret kind of process, which is, suppose if any person is voting to another person, they don't know whom they are voting. So which elections are held in the secret ballot, in that the other person is not coming to know that whom the other person is voting for. So they have their free mind, whomsoever they want to vote, they can vote to them. Nobody can force a person, because it is completely hidden. The person who is going to the polling booth, he can say to something else and he can vote to anyone else. That is completely hidden and that is completely a secret. On the day of election, people go to the polling booth to cast their vote. And at that time, there used to be so many police personnel used to be there to managing everything. People used to stand in a queue, as you can see here in the picture as well. Everything used to be in very proper order. The people are voting there, and when the people are voting, they are just after just voting, then they are coming back to their places. So means that is the responsibility of the election commission to manage all the things in a proper order. After that, EVM is a very important thing, because EVM, firstly we should know what EVM is. EVM is an electronic voting machine by which we are casting our vote. This is a machine which displays the name of the person, of the candidate, their election symbol, which used to be just nearby, their in EVM machine, there used to be display the name of their party and election symbols, so that when the people who are going to vote them, they can just press that button and their vote will be casted there. So after that, just pressing the button on the EVM, the people who used to come out from there, they used to have the mark on their index finger with the ink, which is not easily removable. After the completion of the voting system, the voters are counted, the votes are counted, and after counting of the votes, which party get the majority of the party that used to form the government, who used to get the most of the votes, that used to get the power of the government. So like this they used to form the government who used to get the majority of the votes. Now the very important thing of a government, or we can say of a democracy. In a democracy it is a very important thing, that is the opposition party. Opposition party used to be the party which used to be opposite of the ruling party, as the ruling party in a democracy who used to be in the power, that is very important to have the opposition in a country, because the ruling party can do the things according to his wishes, but the opposition is the party that is not the part of government, but it plays a very important role in a democracy, as it monitors the function of the ruling party, and it allows the government to be, it doesn't allow the government to become dictatorial. After that, it highlights the various challenges before the government so the public opinion can be generated. Means the party which used to get the second highest votes or second highest candidates, that used to form the opposition. And there are so many different kind of party system in the whole world. Some are as one party system. In there used to be single party, bi-party system which used to be two parties, and multi-party system. As one party system is exists only in China. Okay, that is one party system where there the people used to choose, they don't have the choice, they are to choose the one person who is being from one party. After that, in some of the country there are two party system, means they have two party in their country, and by out of those two they are to choose any one person. They don't have so many choice, but at least they will have some fair choice whom they are to choose, which is very popular in Japan and United States of America. And in other countries like India, Pakistan, Canada and Australia, we have multi-party system. In that there are used to be so many parties, and out of those parties we used to choose our representative who used to form the government. After that, one more important thing is there, when the government, firstly the government is being formed by that party who used to get the majority, but when any party doesn't get majority, they used to form government by adding two or more parties. That government is known as coalition government. Okay, as you know very well, in our country there is party system, so many parties are there. Some are on national level, some are on regional level. National level as INC, Indian National Congress is there, BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party is there, and one more party is given here, that is Communist Party of India. And some other regional parties are Bahujan Samajwadi Party, BSP, JMM, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. Means these are the party which are popular in one state or in some region. Coalition government, already I have explained you. Coalition government is that kind of government when the majority is not being collected by any kind of government, is by any kind of party. So they used to add two or more parties and then they form the government. That government is known as coalition government. Okay, so like this the chapter of institutional representation of democracy gets finished. Universal electoral franchise, election, general election, election commission, political parties, and the complete election process has been explained to you. So now this was the chapter. I hope you would understand it in a better way. Goodbye everyone.